Hello there, what's going on here then? Now, it looks like Shadows of Brimstone, it looks suspiciously like the Targa Plateau, and we have Shadows of Brimstone miniatures, but we're not playing Shadows of Brimstone, we're playing one-page rules. Either Grimdark Future Firefight or Age of Fantasy Skirmish. I'm not sure which would be most appropriate for the Old West, but the rules are the same either way, so it doesn't matter. Scattered across the City of the Ancients are several objectives: the book, an ancient statue, some journal pages, and explosives. Hoping to claim these artifacts for themselves are a group of heroes from the Old West. We have a gang of free cowboys here forming a posse. They are armed with pistols and hand weapons. The gunslinger, armed with a hero pistol with hellfire shots and deadeye shots. The saloon girl with her holdout pistol, she has the dirty fighting upgrade, which gives her the piercing fighter ability. The US Marshal, armed with a Marshal's shotgun. He's upgraded with cleaning up the West, which gives him the protected ability. And the Bandido, who is armed with a quick draw pistol, and his upgrade is Explosives Expert, which gives him a stick of dynamite to throw. In the other corner we have a collection of horrors, starting with a group of 3 Void Spiders. They are upgraded with Hardened Shells, which improves their defense from 6 to 5. 3 Tentacles, upgraded with Writhing, which gives them +1 to defense, going from 5 to 4+. The Targa Pylon, now it's a mobile, but it's been set up so it's got some long lines of fire. It has been upgraded with Ornate Craftsmanship, which gives it the Protected feature. 2 Harvesters, both upgraded with Visions of Death, which gives them Fear 1. And a Night Terror, upgraded with Brute, which also gives it Protected. Okay, just a few notes on the map itself. Wherever there's debris printed on the card, or like this computer console here, those areas count as difficult terrain. And this middle area here, between the map tiles, counts as difficult terrain and blocking line of sight. That's because I reckon in a 4-turn game, it's a bit much to ask models to traverse all the way around the maze to get to certain areas, so there needs to be a quick way to get across the middle. Special rules, I'll be using extra actions and randomized activation. So without any further ado, let's see who activates first. Heroes on a 1, 2 or 3. It's the Gribblies to go first. With a roll of a 5, that means this Harvester is to activate first. He's going to rush down this hallway. I am using inches rather than the squares. Over with the heroes, the Bandido activates and will rush to pick up some of the journal pages, even though he can't read very well. The Tentacles activate and wiggle their way this way with a rush. The Gunslinger will rush down this corridor. His deadeye shots have an armor piercing of 2, which he's hoping to use to crack the suit of the Harvester. The Targa Pylon next, a pretty easy decision to make for its action. It's going to go onto Overwatch. The US Marshal next, who will rush this away, aiming to get to the explosives. This rubble slows down his progress though. The other Harvester activates and rushes down this passageway. The Posse activates now and they are going to rush down here to join the Gunslinger just ahead of him. Like that. The Night Terror will rush here, heading towards the centre, perhaps thinking of climbing over the walls. The final hero to move is the Saloon Girl, who, with her comforting presence, wants to stay near other heroes, so we'll rush to join the Marshal. And finally the Void Spiders. Void Spiders are fast, so they can scurry all the way down here. This counts as difficult terrain, so they can't go on that side of the book, so they will come round to the rear. At the end of round 1, the Brimstone monsters have captured the book and the ancient statue, and our heroes have claimed the journal pages. Round 2. Hey, let's see if there's a random event on a 5 or a 6. No. It's the heroes to activate first, and our random activation die roll has given us the posse, and I think the posse are going to make an assault. They're going to fire their pistols and then charge at these Void Spiders. Right, so pistols hitting on 6s. Nope, let's get them charged in. Alright, here they come. Moving around the difficult terrain, they can still make it here. There we go, so all 3 members of the posse can make hand weapon attacks, hitting on 6s. 1 smack. With their hardened shells, the Void Spiders have a defense of 5, so that's 1 taken out. The Void Spiders bite back. Their quality is 4. 1 hit. And a defense roll of 5 for the posse. Ah! The Targa Pylon can now fire on Overwatch, so we'll do so, firing its burning laser over at the posse. The posse will have cover. We have 2 dice. The burning laser has surge, so 6s are extra hits. We have a quality of 3, that is 2 hits, so let's make some defense rolls for the posse. With the cover, they'll need a 4 or better. Failed 1. The Brimstone enemies to activate next. It's the Harvester to move. We're going to charge. Now there's difficult terrain in the way which limits him to 6 inches, but I think that's still going to put it within the 2-inch melee range. So charging at the remaining posse member. Alright, quality 3, 2 dice for the Twin Gauntlets, AP 1. 2 hits. 6s to block. 2 wounds. And now a wound effect roll. We're adding 1 for the Harvester's Visions of Death ability. So 6, 7, 8, 9. He's down. Oh! Okay, heroes to activate, and the die has chosen the Gunslinger, who will move here and start firing. He has his hero pistol, which is just a straight 3 attacks, but he's also going to use his Deadeye shots, which is a limited weapon, 2 dice with AP 2. We're going to have the Deadeye shots at the Harvester and the hero pistol at the Void Spiders. Quality 4 with the good shot ability, so 3s to hit. The hero pistol strikes the Void Spiders. We'll give them some cover, so it'll be 5s to block. Nope, that's another Void Spider down. Whee! Okay, both Deadeye shots hit the Harvester. Now the Harvester, because of its heavy environment suit, has the fortified keyword. So that AP2 is reduced to AP1. With a defense of 2+, you'll need 3s to defend. 1 shot penetrates the armour. Now, although Harvesters are big and armoured, they are not tough, so we do need to make a wound effect roll now. The Harvester is only shaken. Next to activate is the other Harvester, who is going to rush towards the explosives, hiding behind that wall. It's the Saloon Girl next, who, she's going to have to climb over these strange metal gears to here. She only has a hold-out pistol with a range of 6 inches, so the Harvester is out of range. Next up is this Night Terror, and he's actually going to climb up the wall of the city onto the roof, make his way this way. The US Marshal is going to move to intercept, climbing up the wall onto the roof, and aims his shotgun at the Night Terror. In fact, before the Marshal fires, he's going to use his Marshal badge, which is a once per game ability. We put a marker on the Night Terror. Now, all the heroes get a +1 bonus to attack the Night Terror. Alright, so the Martial Shotgun works a little differently to the normal one-page rules shotgun. Instead of AP1 it has Shred, and it's got 9-inch range rather than 12. Alright, let's get on with it and actually roll the die. Quality is 4, 2 dice, and with the double shot ability 6s are an extra hit. Oh! Well, that's not good. He does get +1, so that's a 3. That's still a miss. Okay, on to the Targa Pylon, who has no target, so we'll go on to Overwatch. Finally, for the heroes this turn, the Bandido. Since everyone else is climbing on the roof, he's going to as well. And he has 1 stick of dynamite that he's going to throw down at the tentacles. It's in direct fire, so we can ignore the line of sight blocking there. And then he has his quickfire pistol, which he'll fire at the Night Terror. Alright, let's do the quickfire pistol first. It's 3 dice. The Bandido's quality is 5, but we have +1 to hit from the Martial badge, so 4s. 1 hit. Okay, the Night Terror's defense is 4. I gave the quickfire pistol Lacerate, which means a 6 of defense needs to be re-rolled. That's kind of to emulate the idea that the quickfire pistol has caught the enemy off guard. Anyway, let's see how the Night Terror does. Failed the defense roll. That's 1 wound. Because the Night Terror has the brute ability, we'll roll an extra dice. On a 6, we'll ignore that wound. Oh, yeah, his brutish form has absorbed the bullet without any damage. Right, stick of dynamite next. I've just altered Explosives Expert a little bit, so it also includes quick readjustment, so he doesn't get the penalty for moving and throwing an indirect weapon. This doesn't affect the points cost. That being said, he'll still need a 5 to hit the tentacles. Nope, goes somewhere else. Right, over to this last remaining Void Spider, who, why not, is going to charge at the Gunslinger. The little guy is fatigued, so we'll need a 6 to hit. Misses. The Gunslinger can now strike back. The Gunslinger's not fantastic in melee. He's a poor fighter. So with Brawl, he gets 2 dice, hitting on 5s. Missing. Okay, back off you. And finally the Tentacles, who may as well sliver up the wall, charging at the Bandit. Alright, Tentacles have Tentacles as an attack. 1 die each, quality 4. 2 hits. The Bandido's defense is 5. Tentacles are vicious, so 6s will need re-rolling. Looks like we have 2 failures, 2 wounds. The Bandido has the Outlaw keyword, which works like Protected. It's an extra roll and a 6 will block a wound. So it's only 1 wound. He is tough free, so no wound roll needs to be made. And that's it, end of round 2. So nothing changes here, but this Harvester claims the explosives. Right, on to round 3. The heroes have got to work hard if they want to catch up capturing these objectives. Let's see if there's a random event. Yeah. 36. Rebel Uprising. We'll use the Crimson Hand Cultist models for these. How many though? 4 of them. Here we are, so they've wandered into the map from this corner. So at the end of the round, 1 random player will get to activate them. The US Marshal activates first, and he's got a tough decision to make. He needs to protect those journal pages whilst also making some inroads into capturing one of these other 2 objectives. What to do? Alright, I think what he'll do is capitalise on the Marshal badge bonus here. He's going to do Focus Fire, fire a shotgun at the Night Terror, hitting on 3s. Very good. The Night Terror's defense is 4. Blocks both. Alright, this Harvester activates next. With the explosive secure, he's going to charge at the Saloon Girl. Twin Gauntlets are quality 3. 1 hit. The Saloon Girl does have melee evasion, but that would not have helped there. She needs to make a defense roll now. AP 1. She'll need a 6. And she dodges. She strikes back now. Her brawl gives her 3 dice at quality 4. 1 hit. Right, Harvester will need a 2 to block. Although the Saloon Girl has her dirty fighting bonus, Harvesters are fortified. And the suit blocks the blow. Alright, the Bandido now. I think we're committed to trying taking out this Night Terror. So, we're going to make an assault. Let's fire the quick draw pistol first. So -1 for the assault, but +1 for the martial badge, hitting on 5s. Ooh, 1 hit. Defense is 4 or better, and it's blocked. The Bandido moves in with his swinging fists, makes 3 attacks with his brawling ability, scoring 1 hit. The Night Terror rolls a 5 for defense and blocks the blow. He can strike back now. Heavy Claws, 2 attacks at quality 5, AP 2. 1 hit. The Bandit fails his block, but he's an outlaw. Gets an extra die roll there. No, but it is definitely a wound. No wound effect roll needed yet, though. Alright, the Tentacles will have another go at charging the Bandido. Tentacles! Ooh, 3 hits. 5s to block. The Bandido fails all 3 blocks. He has his outlaw extra die roll, though. Managed to block 1, but that's still 2 wounds going through, and he now needs to make a wound effect roll. 3, 7, he's okay for now. Well, in that he's not dead, he is shaken. He can brawl back, hitting on 6s, 3 dice, nothing. Okay. Alright, over to the Gunslinger. He is going to stay there and do focus fire. Hero pistol at the Void Spider, and he still has these Hellfire shots, which, yes, he's going to use those on the Harvester. That's 2 dice. So 2 pistol shots have hit the Void Spider. Let's see if they can penetrate its hardened shell. 1 goes through. Is it a kill? No. The Void Spider is shaken. Alright, the Hellfire shots on the Harvester are AP 1. The Harvester is fortified, so it's still a 2 or better to save. And they just bounce off his environment suit. Now it's time for the Night Terror. It is fatigued, but it's going to charge anyway at the Bandido. Heavy Claws. Hitting on 6s. Nothing. The Bandido can swing back. He's fatigued, so needs 6s as well. Nothing. Right, things are not looking good for the heroes. It's time for the Saloon Girl, who is fatigued. Blow it. She's gonna charge at the Night Terror. So climbs up the walls, comes this way. She wants to get close to the Bandido as well in order to use her comforting presence. Alright, I think fatigue means she's going to be hitting on 6s, regardless of the martial badge. There's 1 hit. Dirty fighting means that the Night Terror needs a 5 to block. Oh, which he does. 2 heavy claws coming back at the Saloon Girl, both of which miss. Alright, she'll use her comforting presence now on the Bandido, so D3 wounds are restored. 2. Just Brimstone enemy units to activate now, so let's just do them all in one go. Both the Harvester and the Void Spider are going to hunker down, and the Target Pylon can remain on Overwatch. It's the end of the round, so let's see what these cultists are going to do. I'll roll a die. On a 1, 2 or 3, the heroes get to activate them. Oh no, the Brimstone Demons get to move them, so I think they're probably going to advance and shoot at the Gunslinger. Alright, here we go. 4 rifles. 3 hits. Oh dear. And 2 wounds go through. Alright, round 4. Is there a random event? Nope. It's the Gunslinger to activate first. I think the best he can hope to do is nothing really. He's got the Void Spider and the Harvester. He might be able to kill the Void Spider, but then I don't think he can get near enough to the book to contest it. That's unfortunate. So let's just have him shoot his hero pistol at the Void Spider, see if we can at least get a kill. 2 hits. And the Void Spider, with its hardened shell, manages to block both bullets. The Targa Pylon activates next and just remains on Overwatch. The Bandido next, who will take the defensive stance action, so at least he can defend the journal pages. Oops, all these fatigue markers need to come off. This Harvester here next, all he needs to do is remain hunkering down and staying on the book, I think, so no change there. Alright, the US Marshal, he's got no chance of getting over to the explosives. He would need Strider or some such. So let's just keep going for the Night Terror, see if we can kill something. So, shotgun. 2 hits. The Night Terror's defense fails 1. Right, these tentacles can be annoying, and rather than charging the Bandido, they're going to move on here to contest the journal pages. And finally for the heroes, the Saloon Girl is going to make an assault on the Night Terror. We are going to kill this thing. So let's start with the holdout pistol. Just 1 attack, which doesn't hit. And then her brawling. 1 hit, and with Dirty Fighting, the Night Terror will need a 5 to block, which it doesn't. Night Terror has Brute, so it gets an extra roll. That's 1 wound. It's tough, so that does not do anything. And then for what it's worth, she can use her Comforting Presence on the Bandido, who restores back to maximum health. I don't think we need to play anymore, do we? The Void Spider's going to hunker down. The Harvester's going to move here, but can't stride past that rubble there. The Night Terror, it doesn't matter who he attacks, he's not going to kill anything. So we'll probably leave it there. We will see what the cultists are going to do. So once again, the Brimstone Demons will get to control them. They will fire at the Gunslinger, scoring 1 hit, which is blocked. At the end of the round, the journal pages become contested. And that leaves us with 3 objectives controlled by the demons and none by the heroes. What a poor showing. Right, it's the end. That's it, there's nothing more. If you're interested in the custom books I made for one-page rules, I'll put a link in the description. Thanks a lot, see you next time.